everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, then welcome to you. Today I'm going to be doing the monthly reads for the month of November, and if you are new, then what I tend to do with the monthly reads is I pre-shuffle the cards, meditate on them, so that allows me then to add my little bit of extra poetry at the end that I write on these cards here. So without further ado, I am going to be reading now for the star sign of Sagittarius. So my lovely Saggies, I'm just going to move this card out the way and I'll come back to that last. That's for the poetry. And the first card that I had out for you for November, and this was to say really what you need to concentrate on, guys, as you're going into November. And the card was acceptance. Okay. And that came out with sad embrace, and also it came out with slow and steady. So I'm going to concentrate on these three cards to start with then, guys. So as you go into the month of November, Sag, what it's saying is the message for you is you need to start accepting things, because some of my Saggies out there that I'm connecting with when I was doing this reading, you are your own worst enemy, and you don't believe in yourselves as well. Okay, with the sad embrace, it's just the collective feeling that I get sometimes from Sagittarians in general, and that is you do miss certain opportunities because you don't have the confidence you know, to go forward. You know, that could be with anything really, having the confidence, you know, to in a relationship stance, having the confidence to speak up for yourselves when you need to. Okay, but as you go into November, because of the message here that's coming through, guys, with the acceptance card, it's saying here you need to break from this cycle. And as you go into November, and this is something that you are going to start to correct, basically. If you look at this card, okay, it's also symbolising to me that somebody's pulling on your heartstrings as well in this card. I do try and like to do two different sides of a story here. I do a collective meaning of the cards, and I also try and look at the romantic side. So on the romantic side of this reading, then I do feel that there are some Sagittarians out there who are having their heartstrings played a little bit as we go into November. And this could be, guys, as simple as things have happened in a relationship and you're sitting there and contemplating and taking the blame as well. I feel that some of my Sagittarians in a relationship may be sitting there thinking, why is this relationship not working? Why do I feel like this? They could also feel on the other side of the relationship's failing because of me, and then you have that self-doubt in you, and you sit there pulling at your own heartstrings, guys, questioning what on earth has gone wrong, blaming yourself. Okay, and this is the message why you're going into November saying you need to accept whatever's going on in your life at the moment. Then you need to embrace and just go with the flow, ride this out. Because if you see this picture here, she's actually standing on the top of a fish here and waiting for the waves just to come in and just to be taken freely in acceptance. And this is the message I feel as I was looking at your cards this month for November, guys, for Sag. Then you do need to embrace yourself. This is why I had the card here. It's like embracing yourself and accepting what is going on with you at the moment. Now, whether that is, as I said, in a relationship where you do feel like you're having your heartstrings pulled, whether by yourself in contemplating that the relationship that you're in at the moment, you know, is not serving you anymore. You feel like the love's gone out of the relationship, and then you're sitting there blaming yourself, okay? But it's saying accept the feeling, accept your gut feelings, guys, because you can't keep going round in this repeated cycle in what Saggies do, basically. They find it hard to accept sometimes, and they find it very hard as well to accept change, okay? So with the slow and steady card here that came out for you, then things are going to start moving forward. You are going to start breaking this cycle, Sag. So as I said to you, then you are going to start coming out of your shell a little bit more as well, because I feel I'm picking up with some Saggies when I was doing this reading that they take a back seat. As I said, they haven't got the confidence sometimes to actually speak up and, you know, voice their own opinion. And as you're going into November, I feel some of my Sagittarians that I was picking up with need to be doing this. You know, it's saying you can't sort of retract in certain circumstances. You have got to voice your opinion. You have got to stand up for yourself, okay? And that's why this card was pulled out for you, I feel, for November, Sag, to say that it's time to accept things. It's time to go with the flow. It's time to accept the changes that are happening around you. And it's also time to accept the gut feeling so that you can actually start being the person, the true essence of you, okay? So then the next cards that came out, we had the confidence card, and this here to me was like the saying of you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And this to me felt like some of my Sagittarians in the past have had opportunities that have raised, whether that be they've seen a job that they thought they would apply for, and then they've decided, you know, they've gone as far as filling the sending their CV off and everything else, and it's even got to the stage of being asked to go to interview, and then it's a case of, oh no, I really haven't got the confidence, it's wasting my time going. I'll phone them up and just make an excuse up, say, oh, I'm very sorry, I've been accepted somewhere else. And this is the vibe that this is an old repeated pattern that I picked up here with the Saggies. And I feel like the universe has been bringing you these opportunities in, guys, and you just haven't had the confidence. Like I said with the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So again, it's acceptance. Try and build this confidence up in you as a person on all different levels. Go for the interview, because even if you don't get the job, okay, it's an experience for you to have actually been selected to go there in the first instance. So it just builds your confidence blocks up, really. So try not to do this self-sabotaging, this talking yourself out of things, really, okay? That's what I feel. So as we carry on then, we've got the honesty card. So the confidence came out with the honesty. So this was more or less saying you need to be honest to yourself. Now, whether this is in the relationship side, as I was saying, because I did feel that there was somebody pulling at your heartstrings, guys, here, making you feel guilty and making you feel a bit worthless within a relationship, that I do feel some of my Sagittarians know it's run its course. With the horse here, I do feel it has run its course. And it's about being honest and true to yourself in that instance, if it is to do with the relationship. And then on the other side, for the collective, it's being honest with your gut feelings. Go with your own gut feelings, okay? Try not to talk yourself out of things. Just go with the flow and accept things for the month of November. So then we had the calling card that came out with the message of air. And the calling card was more or less marrying up with the honesty. It was like listening to your own inner voice calling you. listen to your own gut feeling. With the messenger of air, that symbolises to me the mind chatter that goes on in your head, guys. It's just an overload of unnecessary worry, unnecessary stress within things that are happening in your life. So going into November, you need to go in with the mindset of accepting any changes that may be apparent in your life that's happening at the moment. Understand as well that with the person who's playing on your heartstrings, or if it's yourself pulling on your own heartstrings here, feeling guilt about something or other, feeling that you're staying in a relationship for the wrong reasons, when you know, as I said, with the horse here, it's run its course, guys. And also, when I was meditating on these cards, when I was looking at the honesty card, I saw the symbol of Pisces here. Okay, now obviously you might not see that, but it was just the message that I was getting with this card. I could see a Pisces symbol, and I had the message. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but some of my Sagittarians out there on the love aspect of this reading, I felt like there was a Pisces coming back. You're going to hear off a Pisces. Now, whether this is on a friend's connection from, you haven't seen somebody for quite some time, whether it's an ex-partner of yours, again, you haven't heard from or haven't seen for quite some time. I just had a Pisces element in a love connection, which I did think it was an ex, really, more so, that an old flame, because obviously looking at the candle, okay, an old flame is going to be coming back in for some of my Saggies, but I did feel like they had some kind of Pisces within their chart element. So as I said, it could be just an old friend that comes back in, but with the candle flame, okay, I just felt it was the message of an old flame is going to be appearing, or communication is going to be coming in for some of my Saggies for November, okay. And then for the last card that I had come out was the universe, message from the universe cards by Gabrielle Bernstein. This deck is that I use. The decks that I've got here today, guys, I will just list underneath. Most of them are by Colette and Reid. So, but I will link underneath, like I always do, what decks I'm using in the readings. But this message here then says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And it was more or less having faith in you, okay? Because this card here, with this sad embrace, this person that's within themselves, the lack of confidence, the lack of self-worth, it's saying, the universe is saying, have faith in yourself, have faith in your own gut feelings, okay? And then you'll find that inner peace for you. This is the message that I was feeling. It's like finding that inner peace for yourself, okay? So with the full moon, excuse me, my voice is going. Sorry about that, guys. With the full moon, as you go through, it's like there's a cycle here to be completed, a cycle for you to go ahead now in November, accepting here, because we've got 2 full moons here, guys, okay? We've got the full moon, and even in this card, look, we've got 3 full moons there, saying that this cycle of yours now is completed. It needs to be, banished, forgotten, because you're going to be going into a new cycle. That's why we have it on the candle element, okay? This new moon here, no longer this person, who's self-doubting themselves. And you just need to address things, guys, in November. You just need to address every aspect of your life that is not serving you. And it's being honest to yourself, as I said at the start of the reading, being honest to yourself and accepting change. Relationships do break down. We do, you know, we do feel guilty sometimes that, you know, if it's us, that's not happy. So if it's you, Sagittarius, who's not happy in this relationship, and you're feeling like, you know, your heartstrings are being tugged at, that's just your own soul, your own spirit saying, you've got to accept this. It's not working for me anymore. No matter how sad it is, when things run their course, okay? When things run their course, it is, you know, acceptance, and you have to move on. And this is the whole message that I had for the collective and the romantic side here for my Saggies going into the month of November. So I hope you can take something from that, my lovely Saggies. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a random pull from my new deck that I did a talk through recently on. It's the Sacred Spirit reading cards by Anna Stark, and it was illustrated by Louis Dyer. I did do a talk through of all the cards on another separate video because I was so inspired with the artwork on these. They were just absolutely beautiful. So I thought this month, instead of using my Terry Foss cards, because these are brand new to me, I thought we'd do a random pull, guys, Sag, for the Sacred Spirit card to be used for you, to see what the message from this deck is going to come out for you. So let's have a quick look then. Give them a little shuffle, and that one has jumped in my hand. So let's have a look what the message is. Illuminate the shadow, focus on a solution. Now that couldn't have been a better card here, okay? There's a panther here and there's an eagle, and both of those animal spirits are powerful, focused animals. In this card as well, there's eyes in this card, okay? Lots of little eyes in the background. And illuminate the shadow, because this is the shadow here that you cast on yourself, guys. This is your self-sabotaging, where you put yourself into the darkness. You put yourself into the shadow aspect of life sometimes for your own doing, okay? You can be your worst enemy. So it's saying here, you need to focus on a solution, and that's being honest with yourself, okay? This is being honest with yourself and going with your gut feeling, because once you find a solution to a problem, it's no longer a problem, okay? So again, it's accepting what's going on, and if you take on board that information, then you are going to, you know, move away from the self-sabotage, the placing yourself on the dark side of your own emotions. And then that allows, then when you focus on something and find a solution, then you do go into a lighter, more brighter aspect of life. So this, guys, I hope you can get a message from this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring out the lovely bag of ribbons here, because ribbons, to me, I get another feeling from the colours and the textures, and I just wanted to add this in as well. So I am going to have a little ferret around, Sag, and see what we pull out from this massive bag of ribbons here, and see what we pull out for you this month, okay? And we have this ribbon here. Now the yellow obviously is going to be focusing on the better days are obviously going to be coming forward for you. But if you can see on this ribbon, it's got an edge to it, okay? It's hemmed on either side. Now this to me is saying you actually hem yourself in. Again, it's about the self-sabotage, and this is what you need to break away here. You need to get rid of this tight stitching, which is showing, symbolising on this ribbon. But this edge here, this binding of this ribbon here, is your own binding into your doubts, the not believing in yourself, okay? So it's about getting the flow back into your own life. But with the bright colour, then I do feel that there's going to be some good news as well that some of my Sagittarians are going to be receiving in the month of November. Having the yellow colour is a bright colour to say that there's going to be some good news as well coming into your Sag, some unexpected news as well. So that's what that ribbon is portraying to me on here, okay? But it's just about this. It's just about this bordering, this tight stitching down the side. As I said to you in the reading, it's about hemming yourself in. Some of my Saggies out there have got this natural trait of not wanting to, step over that border, not put themselves in the spotlight, okay, with the bright yellow colour here. It's like you always keep yourself out the spotlight. This is what I feel in a work collective here. Maybe you're at work sometimes and you're in a meeting with a group of people and they're airing their opinions and their views and what have you, and you're quite happily, guys, just to sit there and thinking you've got all these ideas going around in your head, but you haven't got the confidence to actually then air your own opinion. You just sort of sit there and just go with the flow with the others. So this is what you need to lose here. You need to stop this hemming yourself in and allow yourself to shine, really, again, with the bright colour. So what I'm going to do now, we're having double whammies this month, guys. I'm going to do the charm as well, pull out a little charm for you. So let's just have a little delve as I'll just show you again. We've got loads of little charms in here. So I'm just going to give these a little whiz round for your Sag and have a look what we've got. Okay, and that's absolutely brilliant. We've pulled out the anchor here, and this is about, I always explain the anchor. If you can imagine an anchor on a boat, it's obviously to stop the boat from sailing away, okay? Now, what I was saying to you, you allow things to sort of flow away from you. As I said, you don't speak up for yourself, you let the moment go. And having the charm of the anchor coming out for you guys, then it's about grounding. It's about making sure you get a solid footing and you learn to put yourself forward, okay? It's not allowing the moment to flow away. It's not allowing the opportunity to flow away, and that's why the anchor has been pulled out for you on this occasion, my lovely Saggies. So I'm just going to tie up this reading for this month then with my little bit of added poetry, as you know that I do, once I've meditated on the cards and everything else. So the message for you, my lovely Saggies, in my own words, is time for acceptance as the universe takes the reins. Surrender is your lesson this month, so greater gains can manifest into your life, so go with the flow. Be honest with following your heart and mind and let your confidence grow. Heal yourself from others. Listen to your inner voice. For when one door closes, another opens. So master the art of choice. And I say to you, master the art of choice, because as I said to you in the reading, you have opportunities coming to you, guys, whether that is on a love aspect or on a work aspect. You have opportunities coming, but instead of going with your gut feeling and making the right choice, then, as the anchor symbolised, it unhooks itself and the opportunity flows away. So, my lovely Saggies, I hope you can take a lesson and learn something from this reading today, and that is go into the month of November, one, accepting change, and accept that you need to believe in yourself, okay, here, and break this cycle of self-sabotage and not believing in you. So I hope you can take something away with you, Sag, for that. It was a lovely reading, and I hope that you can take on board what I said about this hemming yourself in here with this ribbon aspect. But I do feel that some of my Saggies will have some good news coming in around the third week in November. So if this does resonate with anybody, then any feedback on this reading would be much appreciated. So Sag, have a great November, and I'll look forward to reading to you next time. Take care then. Bye.